of Bakasura Vadalila, that we don't want to simply make a show. Actually, for devotees, they want to do just the opposite. Rather than making a show of things, they'd rather keep themselves behind things. They'd rather not be in charge of things. Bhaktivinoda, he also says in Krishna Samhita, Panchame dharma kapatyam dhamaparada rupakam bhakarupi mahadhurto vaishnavanam virodikam. That Bakasura, who is the personification, he's dharma kapatya, the personification of cheating religion, is a fifth obstacle. And he says that namaparada rupakam. He represents namaparada. Why does Bhaktivinoda Thakur say this? When we contemplate on the pastime of Bakasura, it's described in the both in the Bhagavatam, and yesterday we were reading from Vrindavan Lilamrita, yesterday and the day before. The Vrindavan Lilamrita says, Tikshutunde Kori Krishna Chandre Grasya Kaila. That Krishna became stuck. Sometimes we say in the throat. But actually what it says is Tunde. It became stuck in the mouth of Bakasura. And he didn't go any further. And this reminded me of a song, a wonderful song by poet Krishnadas. Prabhu Nityananda. He says that Nityananda Prabhu, he's mine, Mora Prabhu. Why is he Mora Prabhu? Because he's a doshadarshi. He doesn't see any fault. I have so many faults, so he's my only hope. So he's my Lord. But Nabhajino Henu Prabhu Charanarabinda. I'm so unfortunate. I never worshipped him. I never worshipped Nityananda Prabhu. Just with the lips I did. And then he says, I know what you're going to tell me. What do we tell someone when they have a problem? Chant Hare Krishna. Right? So you're going to, I know you're really a depressed fellow. You feel really sad. You didn't get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So you should just chant Hare Krishna. And the poet says, that's true, but there's a little problem with that also. I want to chant Hare Krishna. But Taranam Loite Na Gali Morahia. But the holy name, it's not residing. It's neither in my throat, nor is it in my heart. Gali Morahia. Krishna Dasa Kohe. He says, therefore, Krishna Das, he sings this song. And he says, Ami Bodo Abagia. I'm such a very, very unfortunate person. The holy name's not residing in my throat, certainly not residing in my heart. Why does he speak like this? Lochan Das Thakur, when he, in Chaitanya Mangal, he explains what is a yajna. It's also a nice verse. Nama yajna maha yajna kolo kamasanasana Krishna Chaitanya prityate nama yajna samarpanam. This is a samarpana mantra some Vaishnavas used to offer the kirtan. Nama yajna maha yajna. That the holy name is the mahayajna. Kolo kamasanasana. And it will destroy all the evils of Kali Yuga. Krishna Chaitanya prityate. It's very, very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and therefore, Nama Yajna Samarpanam. I offer this mantra to him. And Lochan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Mangal sings a similar thing. Shabaloka Karnagarta Kunda Parisa Jiva Shava Vani Rasha Kritamano. Sankirtan Yajna. You may say, how is it a Yajna? He says, no, it's a Yajna. He says, in this Yajna, we have a fire pit. Where's the picture? Right there in the corner. We have a kund. And the kund is the ear of everyone in the world. Sabalok Karnagarta Kunda Parishar. Not just Shrestha Lok, but Sablok. Everyone, the ear of everyone in this world. If we want to do this sacrifice, we have to take this sound vibration to everyone. That's part of the sacrifice. And then there's a spoon. You have to pour ghee in the fire. Jiva Shraba. The spoon, is your tongue. And Dvani Rasa Grita Manohar, the sound of Krishna's name, that's the wonderful ghee that we pour into the fire of this sacrifice. Antare Prabhisha Hanumava Agni Jwale Agni Siksha Pulakashu Kampa Kali Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Antare Prabhisha Hanumava Agni Jwale. That when we with the spoon of our tongue, we pour the ghee of that name into the kund of our ears, then that ghee enters the heart. And then in the heart, something happens there. Agni Shiksha Pulokashu Kampa Kalaivari. There's a fire of bhakti in the heart. And when we pour that ghee of the holy name on that fire of bhakti, the fire which was almost dead, was very dead in my case. That fire begins to burn brightly. And then something happens. What happens if you light a fire inside of your body? You start shaking, your hairs stand on end, tears start coming from your eyes. Pulakashu Kampa Kaleva, and all the different symptoms of ecstatic love appear on the body of the devotee. So the poet Krishna Das, he says that Kali Morahiya, that the holy name is not in my throat, nor is the holy name in my heart, Gali Morahiya. Why? It's just on my tongue. Like Bakasura. Bakasura couldn't swallow Krishna. It couldn't go anywhere. Why does he say throat? In his commentary on Vishnu Sahasranam, Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan, he's mentioned one name of Lord Shiva, Nilakanta. That Lord Shiva is Nilakanta. And why is he Nilakanta? Why does he have a bluish throat? It's said because at the time when the Devas and the Daityas were churning the ocean of milk, this Kalakuta poison came out. And the demigods didn't know what to do. They came to Krishna, Lord Vishnu. What should we do? He could have easily solved the problem, but because he wanted to glorify his devotee, Mahadev Shivji, he said, I don't know. You have to go to Lord Shiva. He can solve the problem. And so they went to Lord Shiva, and Shivji said, I can't do that. They said, no, Vishnu said you should. Oh, okay, I'll do it then. And so then he took that poison, and he took it, but he didn't swallow it, and he didn't keep it in his mouth, he didn't spit it out. He kept it in his throat. And because he kept it in his throat, then his throat became bluish. Why didn't he swallow it? Or why didn't he spit it out? He couldn't tolerate swallowing it. Because he knew if he swallows it, that poison is going to go to his heart. And Shivji knows who is in his heart. Krishna's in his heart. How can I swallow that poison? Krishna will be suffered, he'll be tortured by that. So then why doesn't he spit it out? He can't tolerate spitting out either because he knows who is on his tongue. Krishna is in his tongue in the form of the holy name. And so then he kept it in his throat. At least he did that. But the poet Krishnadas, he says, Gali Marahiya, I don't have it in my throat. I don't have it in my heart. Like Bakasura. Why not? Because Bakasura represents Namaparad. He has the good fortune to try to take Krishna in his mouth, but he can't swallow him. And someone who's doing Namaparad, they also can't swallow the holy name. It doesn't go in a deep way. It just stays on the outside, like Bakasura. Because such a person is doing Kapatya Bhajan, in the language of Jiva Goswami and Bhakti Sandarbha. They're doing cheating bhajan. It's not bhajan with sincerity. It's duplicitous. And therefore, to teach all of us, what does Krishna do with that fellow? He says, you're duplicitous. Huh? So he comes out, and then Bakasura attacks him again, and then Krishna grabs him, and he splits him in two. To indicate the duplicity of Bakasura, and how Krishna won't tolerate such duplicity in the devotees. So, we should understand this. We shouldn't want to make a big show in our bhajan. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, when he speaks about the meaning of the Trinada piece in 18th verse, which is a most important verse we've all heard so many times, especially for our non-bhajan, he says, E mata Vaishnav kore kichu namagiba Aya chitta vritti kimba Shakapola kaiva he Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 E mata Vaishnava kore kichu namagiba. A Vaishnava is someone, kichu namagiba. He never asks for anything. That's the nature of a Vaishnava. Hey, why you didn't give me respect? Someone told me yesterday, I think it was, the day before, about one devotee who was complaining to one new person. You told me that story. That he said, hey, don't you know, I'm a brahmachari. I'm a senior devotee. You should invite me to your house for lunch. You should do like that. But that's not the behavior of a Vaishnava. A mata Vaishnava kore kichu namagiva. A Vaishnava never asks for anything. Rather, ayachitta britti. His profession, his business, is not asking for anything. He's like Madhavananda Puri. He simply depends on whatever Krishna gives. He doesn't need, as Maharaj said this morning, someone said to me some years ago, similar thing, that Madhavananda, you should think about your career in ISKCON. I felt very depressed. What in my career? I didn't come here like some corporation or something to make some money like Bakasura. I came here because I had problems, because I wanted Krishna. And now you want to distract me to some other nonsense thing. A Vaishnava is someone who does ayachitta vritti, kimba shaka phala kaiva. He doesn't ask for anything. He says that shaka phala kaiva. I'll just eat some spinach and some fruits. Why does it say shak? Shaka phala? Because shak is something you can find all over the place, just growing beside the road. In other words, I don't need to bother anyone. I don't need to go to beg from some farmer. I don't need to get money. I can just pick that there. And why does it say phala? Same thing. There's so many fruit trees no one cares about. I can go and I can eat something from them and I can maintain myself. Sadanama laiba jatalaviti santosh eita achara kori bhakti dharma tosh. Santosh. This is a behavior of a Vaishnava. We should Sadanam Laida, always chant the holy name, and Yata Labeti Santosh. Be satisfied with whatever comes to you. And mark it that first, he says Sadanam Laida. You always chant the holy name, because if you always chant the holy name, then the second thing comes automatically. You'll be very pacified, you'll be very nice, easy thing. One devotee came to me recently with a dilemma. True story. He knew someone who was a very, very good Kirtaniya, one of the best. But he was suffering. He had a good job. He was making a lot of money every year, maintaining his family. But he couldn't tolerate it because he wanted to do kirtan. My friend said that he was only doing kirtan once a week or something. So then he thought, I'll quit my job and I'll just do kirtan. And so he started doing it, but he has to charge like $5,000 US or something, a large amount of money to do kirtan because he has to take care of his family.